hip hop crews here in the city called WEC Connection. Everybody knows hip hop rolls out of New York, but all of us here had family from New York that used to bring the mixtapes and all that stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people looked at hip hop as a fad, but even back then, you could see there was something special about hip hop.
Yes.
That it was actually shaping the future. And I used to be a local DJ in clubs, all the after-hour spots and different stuff like that. So that's where my reputation kind of built there on the music scene. And a young man that he was from New York, actually, he was a musician. He used to buy mixtapes from me. His name is Mike Mincy, and I moved out to New York. I moved out to LA after I got out of high school because my father knew I kind of wasn't on the right track, so he kind of said, "Look, go back to school, get your diploma, and I'll give you $500 and a one-way ticket to California."
Okay.
This was in 1978, so you know $500 was a lot of money back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to school, did what I had to do, and went to LA. Since I was a DJ, I enrolled in Columbia School of Broadcasting because I wanted to do it as a profession. That was the first time I ever spent that kind of time away. And again, I was from the streets and stuff, so I got kind of homesick. After a year, I was back in Worcester. But Mike, I still got my jobs in doing DJing clubs after hours. I used to put my own after hours together, and that was like the hottest spots to come to in the city after the clubs closed.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to buy the mixtapes, and he said, "Look, I'm thinking about, you know, when hip hop started growing around 82, 83, he says, I'm looking at putting a group together, and I want you to manage." And again, I'm a hustler, so I really wasn't paying too much attention to him, but I would never say no to anybody because you got to keep your options open.
Indeed.
6 months later, he came back and said, "I got something I want you to listen to." And it was a group called that he put together with my cousin Keith Chester, K Fingers, DJ Master's son, who's known here in the city, Sean Benson, and G. Luke, Gary Lucas. And they put together a group called the WEC Connection. And when I heard what they laid down, I was like, I'm in. So I became their manager. Again, I'm a jack of all trades, so I'm not going to pass up an opportunity. But one thing it did for me, it helped keep me off the streets. Mm-hmm. Because again, you know, I did all kinds of things. I'll just leave it at that.
I got you.
So we actually, you know, we're competing with other groups around the city that were putting their little crews together and stuff like that. But because I'm a businessman, I said, "Look, we're gonna make a record." Mm-hmm. So we actually recorded the first hip hop recording here in the city in 1984 called Floor Rock, and the flip side was called Jammin' On. Now, they were young teenagers. Keith and Sean are my cousins, so they couldn't go to the club. So they would have to stand outside the club when we premiered the record down at a club called the VIP. This was probably the most famous early hip hop disco club here in the city, down on Chandler Street. So they're standing outside on Friday night. The main DJ was a good friend of mine, English. So he said, "We're gonna break a world premiere record," and when they played the record, everybody, they were listening, we never heard it before, but then they started bopping their head, and then everybody started migrating to the dance floor.
Yeah.
And they were jamming, and then, the dudes outside, when they heard everybody yelling and partying and stuff, they were dancing on the sidewalk, but they couldn't come in. I had to come out, it's a hit.
So you used to work, do you see or talk to Gary Lucas?
Yes.
Anymore? Yeah. I mean, his son right now is just
Future.
taking over now.
Yes. He's blowing up. Yeah. Very talented young man. I remember when he first started, when I first heard him down at the youth center.
Okay.
And I knew he had talent then, and I was like, I didn't know who he was, but he looked familiar. Mm-hmm. And then talking to him and the producer and stuff, I was like, "You Gary's son?"
Is
Is that Joyner Lucas?
Yep, Joyner
Yes,
Lucas.
yes.
Oh, that's what y'all talking about. Because I'm like, who are y'all talking
Has
about?
he been here before?
He hasn't come on our show, but he was on the Smash Up with Cool Chris.
Okay.
So maybe we'll have to get
But
him.
he hasn't been on our show, so.
No,
Yeah,
so we're
we
going to have to get him on.
We gotta get him up on
in. Talented brother. Talented young
will.
brother. Yeah. But you could see the talent then that from his father's background with the music and stuff that he was going somewhere, and he's doing phenomenal things right now.
He is. He's on MTV Jams heavy.
Yeah, he's doing some.
So anybody who has done music in Worcester, almost anybody knows Gary Lucas and has worked with him in one way or another.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Because he was the youngest of our crew at that time and stuff. He was a rapper at that time.
Okay, so Mike, Jerry, me, and a couple kids from high school, we had a group called the Stepsons, and we did. We was in and he produced us. He produced a couple of tracks for us, and I never smoked weed in my life, but my name was Ian Dub. This is around the time. This is around the time of Snoop. It was big. So we was like, we was East Coast. So we had to, have like more. So I was like, yeah, I'm Ian Doe, and he's Dread. He kept his name all the way up to this day. Yeah. He never had a dreadlock in his life. Yeah. But so Gary Lucas is really musically inclined. Now these CDs that I'm holding, are these? Because is this you on this CD right here?
No,
that's Keith.
That's Keith.
Okay,
we cousins. I can see the mistake.
Okay, because it does kind of look like you, and I was like, this must be an old CD, or I don't know. But what kind of music is this?
Smooth jazz, neo soul, little hip hop flavor on there and stuff. That reminiscence of like Tribe Called Quest, the early '90s.
Midnight Marauders.
Yep, over jazz beats and stuff like that.
And it's called Explorations. That's the name of the album.
Yep, that's volume 2. The first one is Echoes from the Past, volume 1.
Okay.
With Mike Mincy, he produced that.
I saw
it's all instrumental and stuff, and to highlight his production style. But there's a hip hop track that finishes that. By a young brother named Italy.
Okay.
Derek Rome, and it's called "Don't Judge Me." It's we've built over 3,300 fans worldwide on internet radio.
Yep.
And in 30 countries. And the funny thing about that cut is a hip hop track, but a lot of white people are attracted to that track worldwide because of the message. Don't judge me. Only God can judge me. Don't judge me.
Yep.
But he's a powerful young brother rapper that's also coming up. And,
we could go on all day about people being into people of color's music or our black music because we influenced.
We created it all.
Yes, we did.
Created it all.
But I'm looking at some of these titles of some of these songs: "Candlelight Restaurant." Sentimental. I almost want to play this when I get home with my wife. What is this?
Okay, just know those are mine. though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's smooth jazz, R&B, hip hop. It's got a little bit of everything. But the thing is, it's getting back to real music.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's all about because that's the era we come from. We come from the eras of the bands of Earth, Wind and Fire, Parliament, Cameo. That's the influence that is on there. Because it's jazz, you got some George Duke, you got some Grover flavor, Herbie. That's the kind of flavor that's there. And you got some Jill Scott type of flavor. One of the local artists, Santa Africa, she's got a couple of tracks on there. Okay. Quaz, young, well, he ain't young no more, but he's he's got a fire track on there with her. And also there's a young brother named Jay Tripp.
Okay.
And DJ Master's son that's got a cut on there called Focus. And it's powerful. It's powerful.
Okay.
You will like it.
January Thaw. The names of some of these songs make me just want to listen to it. I just want to put in that January Thaw.
See, you know what? That's the whole point. The whole concept behind this CD was back in the days when I used to want to escape the inner city. I would just go for rides out like Brookfield, Spencer, and stuff like that, and just put on like Cameo, Earth, Wind and Fire, and just flow. And that's the kind of flavor we wanted to recreate. Okay. Where you can, sometimes words get in the way.
Yep.
And that's why most of the tracks are instrumental because the whole thing, we want you to make it a soundtrack to your life, not somebody else's life.
Okay.
So when you sit and listen to this, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about.
I got you. So let's talk about the apparel that you. Truth be told, how did you come up with the concept, and what made you, do that name for it? Because it's a powerful name.
Well, the whole thing with the clothing, it actually comes from the music.
Okay.
Even before Fat Farm and all of that, I used to, when we first started with our group, I used to make clothing to go with the concepts, because even back in the 80s, I wasn't going to produce anything that wasn't about a message. And the first shirt that I did was called AIDS, America is a Dying Society. Because if you remember when AIDS first came out, it was promoted as a gay white disease. But by the end of the 90s, it was killing black folks by wholesale. And I had a few relatives that died from AIDS, from sharing needles and stuff like that. So I said I wanted to do a song to give back to that. So we printed up shirts. We worked with AIDS Project Worcester. We did benefits and stuff on them. But from that point, I said, you know what? Because everybody used to say I come up with catchy sayings. So I would just, one of the brothers that I was working with, he said, why don't you put that on a shirt? And I was like, man, get out of here. Then when I wanted to get home, it was beating me in the head. You should put that on the shirt. And that's how I got into the clothing. Now the line, truth be told, I made a lot of money from clothing when I left the music business. That's how I made, my, I ain't gonna say fortune, but
your dynasty.
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at Dynasty with a little less zeros at the end. But about 5 years ago, when I was thinking about re-entering the music field and stuff, the clothing had to be a part of it, because people, a lot of the younger listeners that may be listening, a lot of them grew up buying my clothes. I've been doing this for almost 30 years with the clothes and stuff. So I said, you know what? Because of what was going on, actually it goes into the theme of the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. I wanted to reintroduce my clothing line under something that had meaning. And truth that's a powerful word, And I sat down with my, graphic art person, and I said, I want to do something called Truth Be Told. And we sat and we came up with the logo and everything like that. And we just sat down and got to work. Her name is Renata, the graphic arts person I work with. She's phenomenal. And so we sat down and we concepted, we have 4 shirts out right now, and we have some other ones getting ready to come out. But everything has to have a message that's going to make you think.
Yes.
And there's a question mark on every shirt, because I'm posing a question to not only the person wearing it, but also the person that's reading it.
Yes.
But that's where it came from.
Okay, so truth be told, clothing. I like the logo. I like the logo that you have on your hat right there, and
the shirt.
Well, see, that's what was about to link to my question. Was yes, I do like the shirt too, but I noticed that Chantel has CDs over there on her side. She has a sweater over there on her side, and I got a water. And I brought the water myself.
So you know what? Then what I got to do is give every member of the Flavor team a CD.
Okay,
we'll take care of that.
I can't be mad at that.
The shirts,
some January thoughts.
The shirt is promo.
The shirts we can hook you up for a small fee.
Okay,
this is promo right now.
But the music is yours, because you guys do a phenomenal job here.
But we thank you and we appreciate it. And you too. You know what I think is so good about my people, my black people, is like even when Star Delgado was a guest on the show, she was a plumber. She was this. She was doing that. She was a bartender. And you brother, you just doing all this stuff, organizing for the Million Man March, clothing line, music.
He also has youth groups that he started too.
Look, see, this stuff you got to get reminded that they do. We are so blessed and blessed with talents from God that we just, we can like do everything. It's almost a gift but you have to focus on one, because you try to do everything, and as Chantel knows, you do too much.
All mine ties in together though.
Okay. All right.
All mine, just like Mr. Anderson, aka Lump.
Okay.
All his ties in together. His youth work, the music, all tied into that. Now this Million Man March, Justice or Else, Truth Be Told, like it all ties into unity and empowerment of his people. You know what I mean? The young people. Get us thinking. Like, think for yourself. Stop letting people tell you what the truth is. Prove it to yourself at the end of the day. Yeah,
and you know that the whole thing about asking yourself, man, what does the or else mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, the first time I heard it, I said, whoa, wait a minute, that's a red flag. Or else, what is Farrakhan threatening now? I have to make sure before I co-sign with it, because I don't want to be there and people at the church see me and I'm there talking about, or else get him Farrakhan and he swing on the president or something. I had to look to see what it was, but it's
Can I give you 4 words of what that or else really represents? The wrath of God.
Amen.
Because nobody can change the reality of what's going on but God himself. I mean, we are too far gone.
I agree. So on a lighter note, we know that you like to sing.
Okay. Yep.
And this is all for you.
Go on, I'm ready.
Now you did say you were into music. See, I was like, man, I don't know if the brother really listened to music like that. Sometimes they be like, listen, I don't poison my mind. Now, my brother, you have to get your mind out of the gutter and into the butter to making money and establishing yourself as someone who is substantial in this life.
All right now.
Okay, since you are into music now, got a couple songs here, and the name of this game is Name What I Sang. I sang the song. You raise your hand if you know it, and then you got to give the name of the song. Whoever I see raise their hand first, spin up. Yeah. Can you kind of keep an eye on them while I'm singing? Sometimes I get focused into the song.
And his eyes be closed.
And my eyes be everywhere. So
I got you.
All right. So here's the first song. I don't know if either of y'all gonna get this one.
That's fine.
This is from the early 90s. It is by a group, and one of them from this group went on to become a semi-famous lead singer. All right, here we go. Name what I sang. Here we go. Woke up Sunday morning, got a little bad news today. Yes.
Blackberry molasses.
Yes!
Oh. Who sang it?
Who sang it?
Yep.
Mister.
Yep. All right. We got 1 point.
Before you stop.
Yep.
Let me tell you, that song, that is so funny that you picked that song. That song is connected to the birth of my first daughter.
Whoa.
She almost died in childbirth.
Wow.
Whoa. She had meconian aspiration, and within a couple of hours, they had to send her down to Boston, Naya.
Wow.
And I used to go and stay with her for 10 days and sleep with her because they didn't think she was going to make it. But that's the song I used to play because she was born on that Sunday morning.
Wow.
And I used to sing that song, woke up Sunday morning, got a little bad news today.
Wow.
I'm almost tearing up right now. That's amazing that you picked
that song.
That is my song. As soon as iTunes, where you had to buy it off iTunes, I paid my 99 cents. But he getting emotional now. All right, I love that song. So, and I was like, I don't know because I know the song wasn't as, to us it was famous, but it never like mainstream. So a bonus question: who came out of that group and became
Jeremiah?
Nope.
What's his name?
Someone, a member of that group, the lead singer actually came out of that group and became some. His name is famous. He haven't had an album in a little bit.
It's Jeremiah.
No. If Jeremiah's in the group, he wasn't the first one. There was someone who came out before him.
Who came out before?
Bobby Valentino.
Oh, yeah, Bobby.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, yeah, I be forgetting about Bobby.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nobody care about Bobby.
He had the hit of the summer a couple years ago.
What was one of them?
Slow down, I just want to get to know you.
Yeah, like that was like 2003.
Well, I didn't say he became this megastar. I said he kind of came.
I remember he came to Worcester one time.
He did. He did.
Kicked my cousin out of the.
Oh, he had that song with Ludacris, "Women All Over the World."
Yes.
So
he was on the chorus.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
I think Chantel hating on Bobby because she got the question song wrong. All right. I know y'all gonna get this is an easy one, but I just wanted to sing it anyways. 9 o'clock, home alone,
Anxious, Genuine.
Yes. I was like, how long she gonna let me sing this?
Well, I like the song, so I was like, go ahead.
Okay, let him go.
You don't know that song?
I don't know this song.
Look.
How many times I'm with you? You make
See, early 90s, I may be better with. Later 90s,
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, I didn't see. Truth be told, I didn't know what we were going to be doing with you. I thought we were going to be doing it with what's her name? Yeah. So I was like, I got to get songs from like closer because she's younger, so I had to get songs closer to now.
Did you just call Lump old?
No, I didn't.
I'll call it old. Hey, if you want to go to the 70s, you're good with me. You have a real good flavor then.
All right, here we go. This is ready? Because my camera, I took the pictures of these phone, but okay. See, he's my property, and any girl that touch, I might call your bluff, cause I don't give a who are you to call myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Spinner.